Hey there, just here with a Firesteel and a few different things to scrape the Firesteel with. I just want to sort of real quick explain how the Firesteel works and what makes a good striker, because there seems to be this common held myth that carbon steel somehow strikes the Firesteel better. This is not true. Carbon steel will work with flint and steel method, where you would take a knife and scrape it against the flint. That is the only time when carbon steel makes a difference. That will not work with stainless steel. When it comes to a Firesteel, the only thing that matters is a sharp 90-degree edge. Well, it doesn't have to be 90 degrees, it can be the knife edge here. I find the 90-degree edge works best, like on this striker that I'll explain in a second, but the way a Firesteel works is by scraping off metal, and that's why it wears down over time, is every time you scrape it, all of those sparks are actually very small pieces of metal that are heated by the friction and fall off and are sparks. So I'm going to talk about a couple of strikers here. I have a hacksaw blade, power hacksaw blade that I ground the teeth off of to a nice sharp 90-degree angle. And when I say a sharp 90-degree angle, I mean that it's not going to cut me if I do like this, but it'll scrape really well if I scrape it against wood. And this can also be used to make fat wood shavings or just wood shavings if you're trying to start a fire. So I'm just going to show you. I have I believe this is a carbon steel. I have no reason to believe that it's stainless. So that's oh, and also when you support the base against the ground or against the surface, you get a lot more than when you're doing like this. You can really throw them. Here's a piece of flint, and this doesn't work quite as well because the edge sort of chips off. But if you happen to find a sharp rock because somehow you lost your striker, that'll work fine. This is a stainless knife, and this is a carbon knife. You can see that they all work just about the same, except the flint doesn't work quite as well. But so that'll show you that these all pretty much work the same. The only thing that's important is a sharp, squared 90-degree angle. Like on the spines of my knives, I often do this with a file or a grinder. I've done it here, and I've done it on this. I just ground the teeth off so that it's not tearing up the rod, and gives a nice bright throw of sparks. And you just toss that right into your cotton balls or shredded up grass or whatever. It'll work fine. So there you go, Firesteels.